You are living in the change. You are no longer waiting for things to come. You are walking as though they are already here. This is the great secret of manifestation. It is not in asking endlessly, but in assuming boldly. You see, the world responds to your inner state. The universe mirrors back to you not your wishes, not your hopes, but your assumptions. When you assume that it is done, when you walk in the feeling that it is accomplished, creation bends to that assumption. Life is not happening to you by chance, it is happening through you by law. The law is simple: whatever you accept as true within, you will experience without. Think of it this way. A seed does not beg to become a tree. It already contains within itself the full blueprint of the oak or the rose. The seed simply rests in what it already is, and the conditions of life bring forth its unfolding. You, too, are that seed. The desire within you is not an accident. It is planted by the very source of life itself. Your dream carries within it the full power to be fulfilled. But how will it unfold? Through your assumption, through your living in the end, through your willingness to act as if it is already so. The problem with many is that they wait to see before they believe. They wait for the evidence before they feel the confidence. But here is the paradox: the evidence only comes after the feeling. The proof only comes after the assumption. The outer follows the inner as surely as day follows night. You must believe before you see. You must feel before you touch. You must act before you possess. So tonight, let me ask you, what would you do if it were already yours? How would you walk into the room if you knew without a doubt the universe was about to deliver the life you have longed for? Would you walk timidly? Would you walk hesitantly? Or would you stride in with joy, with gratitude, with confidence? That feeling, that walk, that breath, that smile is the very vibration that calls your world into shape. When you go to sleep tonight, do not drift into the same old worries, the same old doubts. Instead, clothe yourself in the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Lie down as though the dream is already real. Let your pillow become the resting place of your answered prayer. Let your bed become the stage upon which you rehearse the life you desire. For in that silent theater of imagination, creation begins. Do not say, "One day it will come." Say, "It is already mine." Do not say, "I hope it happens." Say, "I know it is done." Do not say, "Perhaps the universe will hear me." Say, "The universe has already answered me." This is the power of acting as if. Consider for a moment, if a wealthy man suddenly lost everything, but he still carried within him the consciousness of wealth, how long do you think it would take for him to restore his fortune? Not long, because his inner state would call it back. And if a poor man were suddenly given great riches, but he still carried within him the consciousness of lack, how long do you think it would take before he lost it all? Not long. For the outer world bends itself to the inner assumption. The outer is the shadow, the inner is the substance. The outer is the echo, the inner is the voice. The outer is the fruit, the inner is the seed. Change the seed and the fruit must follow. Change the assumption and the world must conform. So tonight I urge you, act as if the love you desire is already by your side. Speak to them in the silence of your heart. Walk as though their hand is already in yours. Act as if the success you crave is already established. Rise in the morning with gratitude for the promotion that has already been given, for the opportunity that has already been opened. Act as if the healing you seek is already complete. Breathe as though health is flowing through every cell of your body. Act as if the freedom you want is already here. Move as though chains have already fallen, as though doors have already opened, as though life itself has bowed to your vision. And as you act, as you live in that state, something mysterious begins to happen. The world reshapes itself around your assumption. People are moved, opportunities align, paths unfold, circumstances rearrange themselves, not because you forced them, but because you lived in the reality of your desire until it became inevitable. So let me ask again, what would you feel if the universe gave you everything you asked for? What joy would swell in your chest? What relief would pour over your being? What laughter would escape your lips? That is the feeling you must cultivate. That is the song you must sing. That is the fragrance you must carry. And as you carry it, life cannot help but match it. And now imagine the child who plays with a toy, not doubting, not questioning, but living fully in the world of his imagination. He becomes the hero, the explorer, the creator of kingdoms. To him, the invisible is more real than the visible. And what happens? His body, his emotions, his entire state bends to the picture he holds inside. That childlike capacity to believe, to assume, to act as if, is the very door to creation. You must return to it. You must allow yourself to play in the theater of your own mind until the performance feels so real that the stage of the world must reflect it. You see, many walk through life chained by the evidence of their senses. They say, I cannot feel wealthy for my bank account shows lack. I cannot feel love for no one calls my name. I cannot feel strong for my body shows weakness. And yet, it is in daring to deny the evidence of the senses, and in boldly assuming the unseen, that transformation occurs. The senses show you only what has already been accepted. They are the echo of yesterday's belief. To wait on them is to wait forever. To override them with your imagination is to create tomorrow. You are not here to be a victim of appearances. You are here to be the master of appearances. For appearances are clay, and imagination is the sculptor. If you insist upon living in the picture the world shows you, you remain bound to it. But if you dare to act as if, to live from the unseen, you break free of the chains of circumstance and command life to reshape itself. So I say again, act as if. Do not wait for the letter to arrive. Walk as though you already received it. Do not wait for the healing to show. Breathe as though the energy of health is already flowing in you. Do not wait for the door to open. Stand as though you are already inside the very place you once longed to be. Consider how often you have rehearsed the opposite. How many times have you acted as if your fears were true? How many nights have you lain awake acting as if loss was certain, as if failure was inevitable, as if rejection was waiting for you? Did not those rehearsals bring you anxiety, bring you heaviness, and in many cases bring you the very results you feared? If you have unconsciously used this law against yourself, imagine what would happen if you used it deliberately, consciously, powerfully. If fear, rehearsed, creates its own shadows, then faith, rehearsed, creates its own miracles. Let me tell you this, you are always acting as if. Every day, you are embodying some assumption about yourself, about life, about what is possible. The question is not whether you are acting as if. The question is, what are you acting as if? Are you acting as if the universe is against you? Are you acting as if lack will follow you? Are you acting as if your dreams are too far away? Or will you, from this night forward, act as if the universe is about to give you everything? And when you do, something beautiful happens. Gratitude begins to flow, not from what you have, but from what you know is coming. You do not wait for the blessing to be thankful. Your thanksgiving becomes the magnet that calls it forth. You do not wait for the manifestation to celebrate. Your celebration becomes the bridge upon which it travels into your world. Gratitude is not the result of having, it is the cause of having. Thanksgiving is not a reaction, it is a creation. So I invite you now, in the silence of your own heart, to feel gratitude as though every prayer has already been answered. Let it well up in you. Let it overflow. Let it carry you.